welcome to the chat. I appreciate you coming. Happy. What is this? Wednesday? Going into Thursday? Yes, happy Wednesday going into Thursday. It's been a peaceful day. I'm gonna be honest with you. No real drama, internet drama, but no real drama. No real major issues. You know what I'm saying? All right. Funky Dineva. Tamar Braxton versus Funky Dineva. We're going to just leave that right there for just a second. And I can always come back and change the title later. I hope that's how we spell his name. I do watch him occasionally. I ain't gonna lie. Let me stop lying. Every blue moon, right? I catch him. I mainly catch him like on Instagram when they do snippets, right, of what he's talking about. I rarely catch a full show, but I really try to stay off other people's YouTube channel. I'm not going to even lie to you. I really try to stay off other people's channel. But yeah, we're going to talk about the feud, Mendeecees. Where the hell is the wife, right? All this drama going on, and the wife just, she just missing? She's just like, child, she just in the wind. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me see if I can change this title. I'm gonna steal somebody's title. I'll reword it once I'm done. Okay, because right now I just need a title. And I used to be racking my brain for a title. I'm like, nah. From now on, I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna just try to figure out a simple title. It's all the same thing. Maybe reword it a little bit. All right, so we are in the building. We got about 26 people. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. This is going to be on the whole Funky Dineva, Tamar Braxton. Who the hell is Yandy in all of this, right? I mean, she and Mendeecees were just celebrating. Looks like Thanksgiving to me. Now, Tamar has come out and said she was going to take legal action against Funky Dineva because she's saying it is absolutely false. False, right? That she is having an affair or she was dealing with Mendeecees. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe her. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Tamar, and put a 2 in the chat if you don't. And we're done. Like, I think I got everything set up the way I need it to be set up. Got the thumbnail there. I got the title going. I got everything I need. Do you have everything you need? Okay. Do you believe Tamar Braxton? Do you believe Tamar Braxton? 1. Do you not believe Tamar Braxton? Give me a 2 in the chat, please. If you do not believe Tamar Braxton. All right? So, okay, let me share this live real quick because I want everybody to know that I'm here. Oh, hold on. What am I doing? I want everybody to know because sometimes YouTube is not sending out the notifications. So I'm going to share it, and I'm going to put now live. And then we're going to get into it real quick. I put Toni Braxton up there just because I wanted to do a little commentary on Toni Braxton. So that's the reason why I put Toni up there. So, I mean, I know this doesn't have a whole lot to do with Toni Braxton, obviously. I just love me some Toni Braxton. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not even going to hold you. I just love Toni Braxton. Okay? I just love her. She looks beautiful, but I do have some commentary on her, in terms of some stuff that I kind of have a feeling around. So today, what we're going to do is we're just going to start pulling the cards, and then I'll give my commentary later or after we pull the cards, all right? Let me put this on Instagram. So let me see how y'all voted. So let's go back into the video. We have 31 people in the chat. Well, 34 people in the chat. Nobody believes Tamar. Oh, my God. We have 34 people in the chat. Can I get 34 likes? More people will join as this live stream goes on. Hello. Thank you. I just talked to you the other day. What's up? How you doing? That's Tila. Just talked to her the other day. So many people I talked to. Thank you to all the people that are participating in the holiday special. I have a special. You guys, asked you guys what you think the price point should be, and you guys told me between $40 and $60. So I made two. I made one that's $45, juicy. And then I made another one that's $65, that's still juicy. They've been booking. I just saw somebody else just booking just now. They've been booking like crazy. And you can still book your regular appointments too, guys. So like if you say, okay, I love the special, but I want to stick to my regular, like I got a client that do, she'll do the 160. You can still do that. Don't, that's for the people that want to participate in the holiday special. Okay. I want to thank everybody that's been signing up for the holiday special. And what I'm gonna do is, everybody that signs up for the holiday special, this is gonna be a little twist to it. I should have announced it on the video. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take everybody and I'm gonna put them in like a little treasure box, and I'm gonna pick two people to get like the larger packages, right? So whether you get the 65, well, I'm gonna do two separate pools. The people that do the $45 readings, y'all are gonna go into one box. The people that do the 65 readings, y'all are gonna do another box, and then I'm gonna pull two winners, or one winner from each box, and y'all are gonna win another reading for participating in the holiday special. So that means you kind of get your money back if if you win, right? Which is a really great deal. So again, thank you so much for booking. I see people booking. I'm going through the schedule, making sure y'all not overlapping, because that was the problem the last time. Too many people were overlapping and I was stressed. So I'm making sure y'all have enough space, so we run over a little bit. It's cool. I'm not running late. And again, two juicy price points. They had a guy that dropped down in my chat the other day, and he was like, these price points are amazing. They're amazing, right? So you're not going to get that anywhere, especially for like kind of like the caliber of the person I am, uh, the um, the accuracy that I do have. You're not going to get that. So you got one price point that's 45, and then you got a second price point that's 65. And you can look at how much time you get, how many how many options you get. You can look at all of that. All right. And then there is a video that's on the website that if you want to click in the video and hear more about it, you can do that too, because I did make a little video to make it easier. All right. Hello, Brittany. Hello. That's me. You're supposed to be getting back with me about a reading, but I guess you changed your mind. So don't forget to do the holiday special. It's affordable, right? I know money is no object with you, but still, make sure you check out the holiday special. Thank you, Nor Baby. You said I definitely booked. It's a great deal. Period. Point blank. All right. Enough about the deal. All right. Enough about the deal. I know y'all. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna be talking to y'all. I can't wait. I'm excited. I've been seeing people book. I was so excited. So let's go ahead and get into it. This reading is about Tamar Braxton versus Funky Dineva. I usually don't do YouTubers. Y'all already know this, right? But I think Funky Dineva has transcended from just being a YouTuber, right? He's a public figure. He's really made a name. He stepped out of his comfort zone. He's done some other things. So I normally don't do YouTubers, but we're gonna do Funky Dineva today. And I did hear, because I did go on his Instagram today. This is the first time in my life I've ever been on his Instagram. But I heard that he was diagnosed with stage 1 prostate cancer. So before I even get started with the reading, I just want to say, brother, you got so many bigger things to be worrying about besides Tamar Braxton's nonsense. But I do get why he's mad with her. And I hope that, you overcome this challenge. And I hope that you can, conquer this, and that everything will turn out for you, because that's a serious thing to have prostate, cancer. And so I'm wishing nothing but the best to you. Everybody, can y'all send a peace and blessing out for Funky Dineva in the chat, just in the universe? Just like peace and blessings to you. Hope that you get well soon, because that's a serious thing to be going through, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. Prostate can take somebody out of here. A lot of them do. Prostate, colon cancer, cervical cancer, those things are lung cancer. Those things are really, really serious, right? So peace and blessings to you, Funky Dineva. Man, I know Tamar's getting on your nerves, but focus on your health, bro. Because I believe, in my mind, I always feel like your mindset is always very instrumental in how you conquer this disease, right? Hey, Jamisha just booked too. Hey, Jamisha. So funky is funky, but still, we don't want to see nobody downfall in the sickness, right? And it's just because you don't want that to befall you. So I always listen. We wish him nothing but hopefully love and light, peace and blessings around your house. And I was saying before I read that your mindset is really really instrumental in how you conquer this disease. So it's important to focus on things that makes matter. Okay? I forgot to check my email often. Okay, no problem. I did respond back to you. Tamar slept with the sister's exes. Oh, child. You just starting off already, Miss Marsh. All right, so let's jump into it. What questions do you have? I already have in my mind. I'm not going to do too much commentary around it other than the fact that they're battling. So the only thing that I know, and I know I'm always bringing my sister up, but she was the one who brought this to my attention. I didn't even know. So basically, Tamar had a situation where I guess she fell and she broke her teeth or something happened with her mouth. And then instead of her clearing it up, she just let people run with the narrative that Funky Dineva may have had something to do with it. Is that correct? Put your hand, put a one in the chat if I'm on track. Cause and then Funky Dineva got upset because he felt she didn't clear the narrative up. He felt she was letting the narrative run. That's what he felt. And so he took a position with her. He took a position with her because of it. This is what I was actually told. So am I on the right track with that, right? Now, I remember when Krishan Rock had that whole incident with the singer in her band. I felt like she stretched that out too a little bit. She stretched that out. I don't know why. Like, why not? You can get online and talk about everything else. Why not get online and click somebody's name? Why not get online and click somebody's name? Because even my sister was telling me somebody wrote in the chat that Funky had something to do with it, and she liked the comment before it and after it, which means you saw that comment that was in the middle, right? So so there's my sister was saying he took a position because she wasn't clearing things up about how she got hurt, and therefore once she wouldn't clear it up, and once he felt like she was playing in his face, then he went on a he went on a rant about what was really going on. Now you're right, T. Gary. Drama pays their bills. You're right. Drama pays their bills. Clout pays their bills. Getting attention. It's just sad to see people. Now I'm not even talking about Funky because he is a social media YouTube person. That's his job to talk about things. But it's sad to see celebrities, and it's just not Tamar. It's sad to see celebrities have to just result to all kind of just stuff just to go viral, get attention. Because she right after the Funky Dineva situation, she started promoting whatever she had going on, and she kind of always does that, right? It's just kind of sad that we're at a point to where the craft, the voice, the singing, the talent that's no longer the front runner. I gotta go make drama. I gotta be in a fight. I gotta be doing something in order to be seen, heard, and for people to pay attention. Other than that, I'm pretty much off the face of the earth at this point, right? Except for the people that like follow her religiously. But it's just kind of sad to see like we have so many celebrities that they literally are clout chasing. They're literally, just like you see a lot of people. They'll stuff will be in the blogs and they don't clear stuff up. They just let it run rampant. And it's like, why? If you can get on there and talk about, you could clear that up, especially when somebody's name is on the line, right? Now, let's go ahead and look at y'all's comments because I've been talking. So, oh, I forgot to check my email. Tamar slept with her sister's exes. Ooh, that's why Tamar wants to take a prep. Not knocking it, but she's out there. Ooh. So Tamar's right sister. Wait. So Tamar's sister, right, about the that she sleeps with Tony's exes. Let me tell you this. When she was at the concert, I think it was the concert with Birdman. I think it was the battle between Cash Money and was it No Limit? She was so annoying in that moment. Rubbing, girl, I could never even see me put my hands near my sister's fiance in any capacity. You wiping his forehead, you touching on his back. She was just absolutely doing too much. I'm sorry. Like it's called keep some distance. This is how boundaries get crossed. And even like she's talking loud, she's being obnoxious. I really don't dislike Tamar, but I just see her and sometimes and I'll be like, what is she? This is a woman that's almost 50 years old, guys. This not like a 25-year-old woman that's just still wild with, like, she's almost 50 years old. I don't care how much plastic surgery she has. She's almost 50 years old, and she loud, rowdy, ignorant, and she thinks it's cute. She thinks it's cute, obviously, because she keeps doing it. Funky said he believes Tamar intentionally bailed him in. Wait, baited him into exposing the affair to see if she could use the clout for promo. Give me the energy around Funky Dineva. He believes that Tamar baited him into this to get promo. Let me start with this first before we even do the promo. Why didn't Tamar clear his name if she felt, well, this Funky Dineva, was he, did he, did Funky Dineva have any part in Tamar being hurt? Because she's saying there was a friend that didn't, she almost alluded to like a friend didn't look out for her. Did he, what's going on with Tamar Braxton as it relates to Funky Dineva? Was he a part of it? Because he said you trying to make him seem like he did it. So he has the Eight of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Swords, and then the Two of Cups. And then he has the Seven of Pentacles, the Empress, and then the Chariot. All right. So when you look at the Eight of Swords in the beginning, right? The Eight of Swords talks about playing the victim, right? Playing the victim. It talks about self-victimization. So that's the first thing that comes up. So if I'm a self-victim, that means I'm inflicting something on myself. So the first thing that pops out is a self-victimization aspect, right? So this means whatever happened with you with your teeth, this is kind of like something that you experienced, like he wasn't present for that, because it talks about, that's like somebody falling, it hit their mouth and something happened to their teeth. That's like somebody, you know, he didn't have a part in it. Even the Three of Wands, it shows he wasn't even there. It represents he wasn't even there. That Five of Cups talks about, to connect him to that story is false. That's what it talks about. It's false. That Ten of Wands is here too. And that Ten of Wands saying she could have defended him in good faith. Sometimes we gotta watch who we think is our friend. Because to me, when you see that Two of Cups in reverse, that means that person is not really your friend. That Two of Cups in reverse, that person is truly not your friend. And even that Five of Swords, now this means this talks about I gotta defend myself in a situation, right? So when you look at her first message as it relates to her teeth, this feels like something that was self-inflicted. Now that doesn't mean she went in a mirror like the Lynn Whitfield and punched herself. This means she could have fallen and her, like, she could have lost her balance. She could have, she could have, like, people have accidents in their home all the time. She could have fallen in her home. She could have fallen on the steps. She could have fallen somewhere and hurt herself. This represents to self-victim. So this represents somebody that could have had a self-inflicted injury, right? This is what this means. He doesn't show in his messages like he was actually present. Even if you look at her Empress in reverse, this talks about something that happened to her. Like she could have been intoxicated. This represents somebody who was on these like, how we talk about people who are, or dependent on drugs or whatever. This talks about that. So it doesn't show that he was even near her, around her, connected to her when she had the accident. And again, she has the self thing. So this has nothing to do with him, right? This has nothing to do with him. And then she has the Seven of Pentacles. So what does the Seven of Pentacles mean, right? The Seven of Pentacles is all about a strategy. So she did use this to what? Drum up interest. What happened? What's going on with Tamar? Oh my God, I can't believe what happened to Tamar, right? The Seven of Pentacles is all about somebody using a tricks, deception, tactics, and strategy, an underhanded act to do something, right? So this what this means. So that's what it talks about here. She also has this Eight of Wands. You know, the Eight of Wands is all about somebody. They know. I feel like she knows what happened to her. You know, she knows what happened to her. Eight of Wands is about understanding. So why are you saying you don't know what happened to you? What grown woman at 47 years old just don't know nothing that happened to them? Unless you like, you just something wrong with you mentally. But this represents having an understanding about what happened. So you have some idea about what happened to you. You're just not ready to speak on it about what really happened there. That's just like when you was at your house that time and supposedly allegedly committed was trying to do something to you, self-harm. Remember this, she did self-harm to herself. She had some self-harm to herself when she was with the Jamaican or the Nigerian man. Remember that? How many of y'all remember that she did some self-harm to herself when she was dealing with the Nigerian man many, many years ago? Now, I'm not saying she was doing something that was considered a suicide. I'm saying she could have fallen. She could have hurt herself, right? She could have fallen. She could have hurt herself. So, you remember she had, like, she did something self-inflicted to herself? And she ended up in the hospital and then she ended up in a mental institution. Now I'm saying it wasn't, I'm not saying it was to that degree, but I'm saying she could have easily, you know, fallen and bust the front of her mouth up. You know, children do it all the time. I remember when my daughter was my oldest daughter, she fell and had hit the front of her teeth, and I had to bring her to the emergency room and all that. It happens, right? But and I don't even feel it was life threatening either. Like, cause she don't have any life threatening cards here. Cause she was like, I almost died, and I'm like, I don't see where you had. I don't even see where your life was like hanging in the balance. Maybe you felt like you wanted to die when you saw what happened. You know how people are like, oh my god, I could just die, but I don't see where you was dying, girl. I don't see you have no cards around almost at the brink of death. You know, when I read for Jamie Foxx, I read the brink of death. When I read for DMX, I read the brink of death. You don't have the brink of death up in here at all. You have something happened where you could have fallen, you could have hurt yourself, and that's what it looks like to me. So that's what you have here in your messages as well. But I do feel that she has used this. She has used this, and as a tactic, a strategy, a manipulation. I don't know if you want to call it baiting. I think she just saw an opportunity and she took it, right? I don't feel like she baited him to because they were just going out having fun, doing this, doing it. I don't feel she baited him. I just feel like once she saw an opportunity or window was open, she took it. She took it. She took it to say what she was going to do, what she did, right? That's what it says. Um, it does show she was hurt. It does show. Remember, she has the Eight of Swords. You know, she has the Eight of Swords, which represents self-victimization or something where she was trapped, somewhere she was hurt. It does show her eyes could have been closed. She could have fallen. She could have hurt herself. Something happened. Again, that's what it looks like to me. But it doesn't show where he was even in the area. He wasn't a part of it. She has self-victimization aspect. Maybe one day she'll talk about it. And then she has the Eight of Wands. That means you have a complete understanding of some idea of what happened to you. How have you ever just hurt yourself and never known what happened to you? Put a one in the chat if you hurt yourself and you didn't know. Put a two if you hurt like just put a yes or no. Have you ever hurt yourself and never knew what it was about? Put yes if you've hurt yourself and you didn't know what happened. Put two if you're like, hell no. I mean, all these years I've been alive, I never hurt myself and didn't know what the hell happened. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's weird to me, but to each his own, you know. Maybe you taking medication, maybe you be blacking out, maybe you drank too much. I don't know, but to me, I'm like, who walking around getting in an accident, incident, a car, even people getting a car accident, even people who like, how do you not know? Like, you don't know. It's just weird. I don't know, y'all. It's just me. But anyway, that's what we have for that. So Funky doesn't seem to be in the area. He doesn't seem to be a part of it. She has self-victimization aspects, which means something happened where it almost like she caused infliction to herself. And it could have been unintentional, but still, she didn't clear it up. She didn't clear it up because she used it to build drama. And then all she did was, I don't feel like she baited him. I just feel like when, I feel like she just used it to clout chase off of it, right? And two of cups, he's not your friend. And she's not his friend, right? They're not friends. I mean, we got to watch what we're calling people friends, Okay. The only time you should be falling and not knowing what happened to you is if you like go into a coma. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you in a coma? Like, you fell and you went into a coma and you was in a coma for like a few weeks or months and you woke up like you on General Hospital. I mean, who is walking around hurt, getting hurt, and just not a back popping their fingers and they don't know what happened? Maybe Miss, what's this? Is Miss AC? Maybe you can tell us like how you hurt yourself, but you kind of don't remember. Because unless you on, this is not a movie set, where people just breaking their teeth in half and and don't know what the hell happened to them child. Sounds weird. All right, let's go ahead and let's see, read the rest of your comments so I can get back to it. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get back to it. Um, let's see. It says so. Say, let's see. Funky's okay. So that's we read that. Tamar is always messing with people's men. She claimed that she had broken nose and several missing teeth, but she seems to seem partying the next day. I believe she hurt herself. She has a card of self-injury, self-victim. I believe she hurt herself. I believe it wasn't to the extent like that's what I was saying. I don't believe it was to like I almost died. I don't believe that. Like it doesn't show any cards where she almost was dying. Tamar is annoying. I don't care for Tamar. They said Tamar dated Bird first. So it's Tamar's reputation true that she sleeps with everybody's husband. Was Tamar hurt? I do see hurt. Did Tamar get any of those injuries during the sexual encounter with Mendeecees and his friend? Well, we would have to. We're gonna talk about Mendeecees separately. Several fans, as well as bloggers, have said that they have seen her and Mendeecees messing around in publicly for months. Was Tamar intentionally trying to expose the affair? That's good. That's what. That's a good question because it's like, it. What is the reason? But she's trying to hide it, right? She's trying to get a lawyer. She's trying to suppress Funky with a cease and desist. So maybe she want it out there, but then pretend she doesn't want it out there. We can ask it. She got manipulation on her cards. I mean, some women do that, right? She literally said she woke up in a pool of blood with no teeth and broke nose. I mean, she could have fallen, hurt herself, woke up. I mean, it happens, right? If you fall and hit your face on the floor or something, I mean, it's easy to hurt your nose, and especially if you fall like a rock, it can happen, right? You think for 1 second if Tamar felt somebody really beat her up, she wouldn't be taking action against them? Come on, let's be for real. Tamar drinks and also takes antidepressants. I love General Hospital. Mendeecees whacked Tamar and hiding it, period. Ooh, somebody say he whacked Tamar. Hey, Nola, what's up? Like a sore finger, etc. Missing teeth is extreme. Yeah, like I can see you waking up with a sore finger. Like this finger, sometimes I sleep on this hand. So sometimes I guess I'm sleeping on this hand. Like this hand right now, if I try to crack it, I can't. That's one thing to wake up with a sore finger because you might put it under your face, you might put it under your body. That makes sense. Like that's not no, that's that you can make a summation. I surmise that I slept on it. I surmise that I had my head under it. Like you can kind of maybe connect the dots to see like why it's swollen. Your finger ain't gonna just get swollen out the clear blue sky. You know what I'm saying? Like you just sit here, you start saying, oh, like you on a movie with a shit with the X-Men. Finger swollen. Like what are we talking about here? So if something happened when your fingers, something happens when your fingers swollen, you can kind of say, you know what? I hit myself on the counter that day when I was walking by. When I woke, you know what? After I woke up, damn, I felt like my finger was hurting. Maybe I slept on. You can kind of connect the dots. but your teeth out and your nose broken, like be for real. All right, anyway. Is it true that she got beat down in the elevator by Jermaine Dupri's mom because she was having an affair with GD's dad? Funky brought that up. Ooh, okay. Tamar, is Tamar like, is she like one of these women that's sleeping with other people's man? Give me the energy around Tamar Braxton. Is she that type of woman that she will go and sleep with somebody's man? Tamar Braxton. In general, like not just Mendeecees. Like, is she the type of person she'll flirt with somebody's husband? She'll entertain men that don't belong to her, and she does have the double card, right? That double card represents somebody who will do something like that. They don't have no control. They have a weakness. They may overstep the boundaries. That's what it talks about. Especially if she finds them attractive. And she may consider it, I'm just talking, I'm just being friendly, etc., etc. We're working together, etc., etc. Nine of Wands is in reverse too. When you see that, that talks about somebody who can have, like, they can have a motive too. They see somebody like them, they go for them, right? So I do feel like there have been times she stepped out of bounds. She has the Seven of Swords too. The Seven of Swords is very significant because this means deception and approaching, and this means she can do things that can make people question her intentions. Right? That's what it means. I don't want to beat her up too much, but it does say that, and she has a double card. So double card with the Seven of Swords, not good at all, because this means that you can put yourself in a position with other people where they feel like you're doing too much. You're overstepping the boundaries, right? I can see that. Double card, we're going to make sure there's not too much nakedness going on. Double card, yeah. So I can see that. All right, so let's go ahead and Funky Dineva, will he change his course? Will he say, you know what? I was wrong. Did Funky Dineva see her kissing Mendeecees? Harris spirit? Give me the energy around the Knight of Cups. Did he actually allegedly see Tamar Braxton being intimate, too friendly, overly connected to Mendeecees Harris? This is Yandy's husband. Did Funky see intimacy between them? He definitely saw, and you look at his message, the first two, the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This represents, he likes, and what's his name, Mendeecees? He likes Tamar. The Knight of Cups represents romance, romantic connection, lover. It could represent making advances. It could represent knight in shining armor. It could represent like, yeah, a connection. Queen of Wands for her. Queen of Wands represents he's in her life in some way. Queen of Wands represents passion, a little love connection. There's something going on with them. So it does show there's a connection. Judgment in reverse. That means you're lying about it. We can sue Funky. You can try to sue me, child. I don't give a fuck. Because guess what? It don't matter. I'll take the video down and I still say what I said. Period. But that judgment card means you're denying it, and it means that you are lying. You're trying to create self-doubt. But guess what? Eventually, the truth will be revealed. It talks about the truth being revealed. She's going to still try to deny it. She's going to still try to deny it. But y'all have romantic elements up here. Y'all have romantic elements. How long has it been going on? It feels like it's been going on for several months. So between 1 and 7, this is not set in stone, but this could be between 1 and 7 months, right? It could be between 1 and 7 months. I almost feel like I'm not gonna put my neck on a chopping block for this, but I'm gonna keep it real. I almost feel like he could also be giving her some money sometimes. You know how these men be like, they deal with you, they like you, they might give you a little something. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and also the Queen of Pentacles. So she's not just getting a hug and a kiss. She might even be getting a gift or two, right? That's what this means here. So she might even be getting something from him. I know they did like a little project together, but still, this, like, he looked like the type of person, if he dealing with somebody, he'll definitely like, and it could be like dinners and stuff, but this could be beyond dinners. When you look at this means somebody could be looking out for you, right? That's what it talks about. Eventually, guess what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna get some footage and show it, because when you look at this World Wide Web, means a World Wide Web. So this means somebody can get something and actually capture something and then actually put it on the internet. So eventually something can actually come to light. That's what it talks about. So I don't believe that y'all don't have something for each other. I don't believe it at all. At all. I don't believe it. And go sue Funky. I don't believe you're gonna win. I mean, now listen, there's a difference between we have a connection and we kiss versus we had sex, right? But they have cards of being romantic. So, all right, she's also, she may be, oh yeah, she's exaggerating. All right, so let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Is it true that, okay, let's see. Tamar could have also kept it quiet. I always thought that she fell. Let me see. I always thought she fell from her either being inebriated or a health issue. I feel like she fell though. That's for sure. What's up? You from Cali, Nola? Yeah, you used to live in New Orleans, and then you moved to Cali. I believe you told me that. All right. Are they involved? I feel like they're involved. They have romantic elements. You see romantic elements. I feel like they're involved. Ain't no grown woman and a grown man. He 47, she almost 50. Ain't nobody grown as hell just sitting there kissing like they in high school. Child. They got romantic elements. Will Mendeecees, oh, she said, somebody said she may have, I think she exaggerated her injuries too. I feel she got hurt though. Will Mendeecees make a statement or say something, whether it's indirectly, directly, subliminally? Will he say anything about it? Ooh. Page of Wands. This comes up as a yes for me. Message, right? Almost something he wants to clarify. Okay? But let's pull this one out because this is in this. I still feel like he's not going to sit there and say, yes, yes. She and I kissed. We were intimate. He going to try to kill it. He going to try to kill that noise. Listen, unless somebody got a video of them having sex, they said no, that's it. Even though, right? Until somebody put some footage out of them, he going to try to say it didn't happen too, right? But he does have the message. He has a message around a message. Sending a message in some way. Again, it could be a statement. It can be just on his Instagram, however he decides to communicate. It could be real quick. It could be a nice, it does show a message. That's the bottom line. Well, let's see. I definitely believe Funky. Somebody else said me too. What does Mandy think of this? She typically tries to cover Mendeecees' infidelity. Yeah, girl, where are you at? You online just showing your natural hair and dancing and having a look like you're enjoying life, but you can't even go by that. Because Candy was just talking today. She showed a bunch of pictures where she was smiling and enjoying life, and she said she's been going through it. So you don't know. Somebody could be just, trying to put on a brave face. What's going on with Yandy Smith? Say Yandy Smith tries to cover up his infidelities. What's going on with Yandy as it relates to this situation with Tamar and her husband? Where is she with all of this? 8 of Cups. Queen of Wands, asking questions. 6 of Wands. I don't feel she's just sitting around being oblivious. I feel like she's... Also, too, when you see this, they look like they're going to end up having conflict coming their way. These people, what's her name? Yandy and Mendeecees? These look like inevitably the relationship is going to end. I hate to put that on them, but it shows it here. And there's a message around like a conflict coming. And it represents the relationship slowing down. This represents too a judgment. And that 10 of Swords represents inevitably the relationship ends. So it looks like the relationship ends. I do feel like there is conflict with this story. The Eight of Cups is here. That means there's some conflict around it. So she's gonna still try to put on like this brave face, but there is some conflict around it. She's still wearing her red and wedding rings and everything. So that Queen of Wands is here. She's still very much. They're still very much dealing with each other or in the same space. Queen of Wands. She's still very much, and he's the Knight of Swords in her aspects. They're still very much so connected in some way. So this is probably why he's trying to get Tamar to clean it up and put out a statement and say it's not what it was, because he's still very much so dealing with his wife in some way, right? So I don't feel like they just, I feel like they got problems. Obviously, the Eight of Cups is here, but they got problems. They even have the Five of Wands. That's conflict. So they do have stuff going on, but he's very much so still active. That Knight of Swords means he's still actively active in that household or in the life of Yandy. And then this is Yandy. She very much so is still active in the life of her husband. Now they do have a separation here, but I don't feel like they're just sitting around acting like nothing's happening. This means some drama going on. This Five of Wands represents some conflict. So I don't know. That's what it shows. So I don't feel like she's just sitting around, just twiddling her thumbs. I definitely feel like and also too, she's paying attention. She has the Six of Wands here. So that means she's seeing what's happening on social media. She's paying attention. She's hearing what's being said in the street, but she is paying attention. She's watching everything. So that Six of Wands means she's watching what's going on in the public eye. She's watching it, right? She's watching it. Her Mendeecees, they almost giving me like they like this love hate thing. I'm not saying she hates them; they hate each other, but there's something going on with them. All right. So let's see. I feel like she's gonna try to play it as long too. When you say she tries to cover up for him, I feel like she's gonna definitely try to play that how you want to say it. I don't want to say cover. Maybe it is cover up. Maybe it is the word is cover up, because it definitely feels like she's not gonna just take off. But eventually, the marriage looks like it's gonna end. All right. Somebody else said, I see Mendeecees all around Atlanta. Oh, really? You didn't gonna tell me that on the phone, girl. You got to give me the tea. My sister think he is so cute. Is he really cute in person? Is like she thinks he is so cute. My sister's like, Mendeecees is so cute. I'm like, cute where? Tila, is he cute in person? Is he short? Is he short? I'm just eating a Starbucks. You think he's cute? Okay. Okay. My sister think he is so cute, child. Not me. I don't think he's cute. I like that. I like how he talk. Ooh, y'all like Mendeecees? Oh, y'all. Somebody said they like how he talk. Okay. He's short. XX. Goodbye. Somebody else say he cute. So y'all really think Mendeecees is cute? Okay. He alright to me. Okay. But I mean, he is cute. I mean, he just not. I mean, I wouldn't look at him like, oh, I would date this type of guy, But my sister really think this boy is cute. All right, please like, share, and subscribe. We have 135 people in the chat. Please make sure that you hit the like button. I wonder if Yanni knows about them and even cares. Does she I feel like she knows about the rumors, but I don't feel she knows that. I don't feel like I feel like he keeping it a secret. Yeah, see? I feel like she heard the rumors. Does Yandy really know that he's messing with Tamar Braxton? I don't feel like she knows. I feel like she heard it. That's interesting. I'm going to tell you this, y'all. She gonna know. The Lovers card and a Devil card is in the future position here. That means she gonna know. Right? Right now, I feel like they're trying to block it. This is the reason why you're doing what you call it? That's the reason why you're doing he lying and you putting in paperwork, right? You're getting a lawyer. It's just to try to create, a deflection. right? That's what you're trying to do. Her and Yandy and Mendeecees, again, they show up as the King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, right? And then that Page of Pentacles here. That means they could still be very much still, again, connected. That's all it's showing. But she will eventually find something tangible out. It's here. And this is when they're going to run into trouble. All right? So, like, sir, how you going to be kissing Tamar, around town with Tamar, all this stuff, and you got a whole wife? You know, people be snapping pictures, taking footage, gonna tell, make a video about it. You know this is gonna happen, right? You know this is gonna happen. You know this. The lovers card, they like each other. They like each other. They like each other, y'all. Ain't nothing worse than your man really starting to like another woman, chill. Tamar just be going from bad to worse. She went with Vince old crazy ass. Then she ended up going with the Nigerian man. He wasn't worth two pennies. Then she ended up going with that white man at the slick back hair from New Orleans, child. That was a mess. Now she over here trying to be under the rock with Mendeecees. Leave that lady husband alone. You know what I'm saying? You just doing too much, Tamar. This is for entertainment purposes only. You'll send me a cease and desist. I mean, girl, yeah, I'll take it down. Fuck you, though. Yeah. So, if she tries to bring Funky Dineva to court behind this, it's like, basically, girl, that's going to be hard for you. Because that's what he said he saw. What you going to do, whip his ass because he said he saw it? Ain't nothing you can do. If the man say, I personally saw you with Mendeecees here, and I saw you being into, what you gonna do? You gonna sue him because that's what he said he saw? How you think you gonna win? How you think you gonna win because he said he saw you? This like you. That's an uphill battle. You could send him a cease and desist to scare him, but you gotta remember, this man been on social media forever. He didn't probably been sued before. He ain't worried about your lawsuit, especially if he's seen it with his eyes. You could threaten what you want. And he's still gonna talk about it. Let's see. Funky also asks people to send him footage of them because they're lying. Ooh, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna keep lying, right? They're gonna keep lying. Well, will anybody send Funky any footage? Like, he asking for footage. Will anybody really? I feel like they will find something. And listen, I'm back here again. I'm like that old bad news bear. If it wasn't for you meddling kids, Scooby Doo, World Wide Web, social media, the lovers being seen. So it does show eventually somebody can put you on blast. And then you're gonna send the cease and desist talking about I ain't talking to him, I ain't with him like that. You know? Girl, somebody literally, World Wide Web, social media, the world seeing it on a world stage, right? Somebody successfully put something out there about your connection with him. Girl. And it's not like people, I don't dislike Tamar, but Tamar is not likable, So it wouldn't be nothing for people to try to get her. Like, people don't believe what she's selling. They believe she messy. If you look at Tamar, she's a common denominator in a lot of conflict with her sisters, conflict with Ayana Von Zant, conflict with Funky, conflict with Candy. Like, she always in conflict. I don't know, am I wrong? Put yes if I'm wrong, no if I'm not. Am I wrong to say Tamar is the common denominator in so much conflict? I don't know. Like, am I being too hard on Tamar? Like, she just seems to be always in drama. Shit. Golly. Sheesh. Like, girl, I'll be living my little life happy-go-lucky. You know, just peaceful. Have my little business, talk to my little clients, got my little, my family, and just be peaceful. I never seen somebody in so much drama in my whole entire life. For what? Girl, like why? All right, so let's go ahead and look at what y'all writing. I'm going by everything y'all talking about. Okay, let's see. Yandy's so quiet. I want her to say something. Like, girl, you're not saying nothing. Right now, he looks like he is painting a picture like that's not true. And then by Tamar putting out that letter to say it didn't happen, cease and desist legal action, they're trying to solidify like something didn't happen. But let me say this: I don't know Funky down even from the hole in the wall, but I really don't feel like this man. This is my opinion. Why would he lie on her? Like, what would he benefit to lie on her and say that he saw them kissing? That's something I could see on the street. That's something I could see in a movie. That's something I could see at a wedding or something. Like, what would benefit him to say, like he could have been, like he said he's seen them, what, 3 or 4 times somewhere? He could have been said something. He just didn't do it until she wouldn't clear up the whatever this was they had going on. Let's see. Why are either of them, Yandy and Mendeecees, still acting like they're together? Ma'am, what was this? Cubes? Okay, Cup Star. How many men are still acting like they're in their relationships and they be messing with other women? I mean, I'm just asking. How many men are at home doing Thanksgiving and have a situation on the side? It's normal. Unfortunately, it's normal. It's normal for him to still be engaged in his marriage. I remember this guy. I'll tell you a quick story. I remember this guy that used to like me. This is before I got married. I used to know this guy that used to like me, and he and I like met each other. He's super cute, but he was from another culture, so he couldn't. When people from other cultures, their family have strict boundaries on like the marrying out the culture. So once he told me that was the end of the road for us. I was like, we could be friends, but I'm not wasting our time with this. So I ended up putting him in a friendship zone, right? So he ended up marrying this girl that was from his culture. And I remember he used to always complain on her. Oh, she make me sick. She's so annoying. And this and the other. I can't stand her. Da, da, da. I need a girlfriend. And I used to be like, man, try to be in your marriage. Stop all this nonsense. So just imagine he used to complain about his wife nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. And y'all know I used to be a casino manager, right? So one day I'm at work and he's in the casino with his wife sitting at a machine, hugged up, touching her hair, lovey dovey. Oh, this is the same man that would be saying he can't stand her. She's annoying. She won't give him no sex. He needs a girlfriend. He ready to divorce her. This not the same man? Wait a minute. This the same man? Y'all gotta watch these men, y'all. Y'all gotta watch these men. These men, and they could sometimes be unhappy and feel like things not going in the right direction. But they will sit there and be with their wife and their kids and still be with other situations. Just what they do. If I had not seen it with my own eyes, I would be like, damn. This boy told me, how many times this boy told me he was miserable, he was unhappy, he couldn't stand it, he wanted to divorce her, he needed a girlfriend if he wasn't going to leave. And when I seen him in the casino, baby, I should have took some photos and a video. I couldn't believe it. My eyes was like in astonishment. This is the same man? Can't believe it. Can't believe it. All right, so let's keep going. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Let me see where y'all left off. Okay. Okay, so will Tamar and Mendeecees be together? For now, will they really be together? So, for example, Spirit, does Mendeecees have intentions to be with Tamar Braxton in the future? Does he see a long-term future with Tamar Braxton? He likes her. I'm telling you, like there's something with them. But does he see a long-term future with her? The World card is here. Does he see a relationship with Tamar in the future? Give me the energy. And that is a no. I mean, when it's good, it's good. This fell out too. Let's do this one. That's a no. All right? Ma'am, like, let me say this to you. The way you get them is the way you lose them. The way you get them. It's fun now, right? 10 of Cups. We having a good old time. I'm happy, you happy. We cool, right? We enjoying life. But on that reality, at the end of the day, Tamar is, I'm going to be happy. I'm sorry. Tamar is toxic. And it's cute and fun now, but when you got to really, really deal with her, that's when you're going to be running with confusion, right? Running. Long term energy, that's a no. That's a no for me. He gonna find himself unhappy if he ever went in that direction for real. Unhappy. It's cute when you're just paddling around and you're just going on a couple of dates and you're just catching some quick moments. It's all fun and games. But when you gotta deal with this person loud, hollering, screaming, ignorant, ghetto, ratchet, bless your heart. All right, so let me see. She is suing Funky. Will that go far? I don't feel like that's going to go too far. Funky has receipts back. I don't feel it's going to go. That's what I was just saying. Remember, she had in her message for like legally, it's reverse. That's what I was saying. She had a tower moment for that. Remember, if she tries to take him to court for that, to me that tower card means you're gonna have an uphill battle, a struggle trying to even defend that. You gonna try to sue this man because he said he saw y'all kissing. What you gonna sue him for? Girl, sit down. Huh. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I will give you the tea. I see him all the time at the lounges. Yes, he is short. So when you see him at the lounges, tea, what he be doing up in there? Give us the tea. Tell us what he be doing up in there. He be just by himself. He be talking to women. He friendly. What he be doing? Why are either them Yandy and Mendeecees? Okay, we talked about that. He's short. Yes, he's cute. Well, Mendeecees and Yandy eventually, yes. We talked about it. Remember, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords represents eventually the relationship between Yandy and Mendeecees will come to an end. Yes. He was all over the other woman at the lounge. Oh, chill. Girl, the next time you do your reading, girl, we have to get into that last little bit. Listen to what Tila just said. He was all over the woman at the lounges around here with no care in the world. Damn. And you know I trust Tila, baby, because Tila been my day one. I think I've been reading for Tila for like 6 years, right? Honest as you can be. Okay? She said he was in the lounge all over another woman like he ain't give a damn. And that's what I'm saying. Tamar, you over here messing with Mendeecees. Entertaining, let me say entertaining Mendeecees. He gonna do you what you doing. He gonna do you the same thing. Mm-hmm. He don't do it for me. Mm-hmm. Look, she said he don't do it for her. Attractive guy, but nah. Me too. I'm with you. I'm with you. Are they gonna stay together? Mm-mm. Also, DL Whisper says Vince is gay. Who is that? The DL Whisper? Who is that? He got a DL Whisperer. Oh God. They got a DL Whisper. What's up, DL Whisper? I don't know you. I'm gonna go look for you now. The DL Whisperer. Let me tell you the tea. Alright? Alright, so Tamar is always with somebody, man. Will the other people come out and expose Tamar soon? Or will it just be about her affair for now? I think it's gonna be about her affair for now. Let's see. Somebody said she be lying. Somebody said, okay, you know they're gonna lie and deny. I'll never understand how people be be loud about things with proof. I used to like her. She is too much. Candy, the girls with from the TV show. Now you are not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Thank you. I'm sick of her. Like a lot of people just don't like Tamar, huh? Give me a 1 if you like Tamar and a 2 if you don't. I want votes. Vote. It's gonna take you a second. Do you like Tamar Braxton? Put a 1, and if you don't like Tamar Braxton, put a 2. If you kind of like her, put a 3. Why is her white ex-husband being nosy and acting scorn? You know, we did readings on him and we talked about him being petty and he being petty. So I think that's it. Also, too, like she tried to throw him under the bus. I can understand why he act like that. So what's the real reason behind Tamar putting all of the blame on Funky Dineva? Is it something deeper between the two of them going on? They had the Two of Cups in reverse. When you see that Two of Cups in reverse, that could mean that their relationship was never a sincere relationship. I mean, even him, right? Like, I like him or whatever, but it's like once she did what she did, why you didn't just say let's meet up face to face? He just went online and started going crazy and blowing up. It's like, to me, if I'm friends with you, even if you being shady, I'm not gonna stoop to you. We're gonna try to figure this out. But I just feel like Two of Cups, like y'all weren't really never really friends like that. You may have felt that way, but friends don't do that to each other. A friend not gonna sit there and let you hang in the wind about some rumors, and another friend wouldn't go and just start talking about other stuff that don't have nothing to do with nothing. So you gotta watch. That's why I keep saying this, guys. We gotta watch who we call our friends. Mm, who initiated the affair? Give me the energy. Oh, that's a good question. Give me the energy around Tamar and what's his name? Oh shoot, Mendeecees. Who initiated the connection? Was it Tamar? Who initiated the connection? She has the card of justice in reverse. Was it Mendeecees? Justice in reverse. Girl. Unacceptable behavior. I feel like she was kind of like giving him the energy first. But I could see that, right? Look how she was touching Birdman and on his back and stuff. Always doing too much. Justice in reverse. No accountability. Lacking discipline. Right? Where I could see where he was just kind of passing by, enjoying the company, and then got... So, I'm not saying they in love. I could see, like... Just let me say this. I could see where they cool. They feel like... They look like they have a little connection. That's what I'm saying. There's something there. He enjoys her. Like, for right now, he enjoys her craziness, her banter, how she talk, what she do. He enjoys it. Right? Not wife material. Hey, Nola, we do a tarot reading on Netflix about Diddy. Y'all want me to do that? I can do it. All over the women for acting like he was single. That's what I'm saying. Look. He went just for it, like with Tamar. I'm sure once Tamar gave him that little justice in reverse, no, just kind of with flying with the wind, child, he probably went right with it. She took the lawyer letter down off her page. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Girl, put that letter. Go take that letter and throw that shit in the trash. You ain't getting nowhere with that. I'm telling you, she got Tower in reverse. You ain't getting nowhere with that. You gonna sue this man because he say he seen something, and now he up here talking about send the footage, send it to Funky Dineva. You want him really doing that, right? You pushing the buttons, you poking the bear, because now guess what people gonna try to do? They're gonna really try to catch you. They're gonna really try to get some footage on you. You opening up a can of worms that you writing a check that your ass can't cash. I thought that he was single. That man was just on Instagram with his wife and them dancing, child. I went on it a day. I don't even be on these people page. I knew I was going to do this reading, so I went on there. I'm like, when's the last time they were together? 6 days ago? Her mom and daddy was there. They was all laughing and dancing. Look like she's still wearing her wedding bands. Not that that means something, but they doing good enough to where they enjoying life. They still in each other's company, having family time. This was 6 days ago. So let me see. Y'all say 2. A lot of people don't like Tamar. Well, I see one person say they kind of like her. That's YT Quan. What's up? YT Quan say, everybody else say, girl, bye. Chanel say, I used to like her. Hey, Chanel. 2, but I feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for Tamar. Tamar is highly narcissistic. She is highly narcissistic. She's selfish. She's self-absorbed. And let me tell you, you caring about her, she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn. Look how she treat her sisters. 3, because I like her music. I like maybe 1 or 2 songs. I am not a Tamar Braxton fan. I'm a Toni Braxton fan. I'm not a Tamar Braxton fan. I mean, I think her music is okay. I think her music is okay. Um, what is about that? I think like when you see our Queen of Wands and her, like I said, I think he like her energy. Queen of Wands is about like I like her person. I like the way she laugh. I like her passion. I like her determination. Right? I like he likes her energy. That's why I was saying he might like all that banter she be doing for now. Let me tell you how men are though. The thing that they're attracted to you sometimes for in the beginning is the thing they start disliking about you as the relationship goes on, right? But I can see where he kind of likes that. He likes some of that stuff that she does. Funky implied that Tamar may have an incurable STD. Oh, child, we're not getting into that. We're about to be sued. I know she was talking about she take that stuff, but I'm not getting into all that. He told her to leave him alone. Did Tamar throw Funky Dineva a party for his birthday? Because I could have sworn he confirmed that at first, but then now he's changing his tune. Did Tamar throw Funky Dineva a celebration, a celebratory party? Or did she have in her mind she was going to celebrate him? Did she have in her mind she was going to celebrate Funky Dineva's birthday? Give me the energy around that. Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like she had him in mind for celebrating him in some capacity. Because that's like saying I made an investment to wish you good luck and good fortune. So I'm not saying she threw like a big party, but it could be like we're selling, like sometimes you just do stuff that's small. Like you even if it's I acknowledge you and be like happy birthday boo and all that stuff. But I definitely feel like there's something around like I'm not thinking it doesn't feel like it was a big extravaganza, but I do feel like he was being celebrated or something in some way. The star card is wishing you a blessing, right? So I could see where she may have been like, you know how you might go out with a girl, we're going to get together. I know it's your birthday. Come on out. Let's get together. Let's celebrate. Let's get some drinks. Let's throw it up. Let's eat. Let's get our favorite cake. That means that somebody, almost makes you feel like somebody was telling you to come. Let's do something because to celebrate you. Because this is like somebody making an investment to celebrate. This is a birthday thing. Star card is about the birth of you. The birth of you, the rebirth of you. Let's celebrate you. Let's uplift you. Let's wish you a blessing. Let's do, that's what it talks about. So, no, Funky Dineva said they went out to eat dinner and his birthday just happened. Yeah, but still, like, listen to me. That's like saying, you got to think about it like this. Don't overcomplicate it. What's up? I know his birthday today. Let's just get together and do something. Right? You're still bringing somebody out of their home where they could have been to bring them into an environment to have drinks, to have food. It may not be a birthday party, but it may have been you asked them to come do something to show some love around their birthday. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't overcomplicate it. That's just like if I call you, what's your name, Shay? If I called you and said, what's up, Shay? Girl, what you doing? Oh yeah, happy birthday, boo. Let's go out and do something. Right? So, that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't overcomplicate it, child. Don't do too much. Right? I mean, how many of us call a friend and say, oh, girl, what you doing? Oh, it's your birthday. You want to eat something? You want to go somewhere? Boom. Do something. But it was all allegedly for them to have an alibi for Mendeecees and Tamar to be together. Well, when you're sneaking around, alibi is the first word of the day. Alibi is what you're going to need because then what you can do is you can act like you with your friends and y'all just hanging out and that person just happened to pop through. Right? That's what it does. Because I feel like Funky used to use that as an excuse to expose her by saying she threw him a party. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a party in that sense. It just feels like maybe people coming together. I don't see like the reason why I keep saying that they don't have a lot of cards like they were celebratory like that. Give me the energy. Was it a big thing? I don't see it though. This feels very small, right? Very small. Eight of Wands is here. I do feel like come out. Let's do something. Travel, right? But they could have been using him as a cover up because that Lover's card is here. So you know what? I'm gonna do something for Funky. You meet us there. We're gonna have a couple of people in the place, right? They have the Lover's card there, so they could have could have been using him as a thing too. But I do feel like it. Listen, two things could be true at the same time. Well, while we going out, we're gonna get something to eat. We're gonna ask him if he wanna come since today his birthday, and you meet us there so I can see you too. Y'all overcomplicating things. Okay, let's make it simplify, 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 simplify. Oh, so let's see. Um, we saw videos. They all went to a club together. And was a happy birthday sign with no name on it. The internet thought it was for Tamar's birthday or Funky was just there. It definitely feels like something celebratory was. I mean, something happened. No, I understood that they were saying Funky Diva was it a lie. It was an alibi for the two of them. Hi Nola, can you please do a reading on 50 Cent? One day he is throwing stones and hiding his hands. What y'all think about 50 Cent just doing all of this? Like, a lot of people seem to be enjoying that Diddy expose on Netflix. What do y'all think about him doing that? Okay. You're right, Blue. She called and asked about restaurants in the area and they decided to go to the club. That's what I'm saying. Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, like just like, hey, what's up? That's all I'm trying to say. Don't forget you can do your 3 question readings or your 5 question readings for the holiday season. I already did it, but I think we need to do a little deep dive on just them two. Because I just feel like what is happening here? Like, why are you like I understand why he's chasing this man, because this man was dicking down his baby mama, right? And he have a problem with it. He trying to make it seem like, oh, this about some flirty stuff. Most men ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time and energy on that. Because if you're spending that much time and energy on Diddy being a flirty man with you, then you might have some intentions we need to talk about. Because most men that spend a lot of time on somebody worrying about somebody's sexuality, they need to like look in the mirror and find out what's going on with their sexuality, right? Because most men don't sit down and just keep feeding that. Most men be like, yeah, man, don't play with me, and they keep it moving. But to just keep going with it and going with it and going, is it really about the fact that he flirted with you a couple of times and made you feel a certain way? Or is it really because your baby mama was getting digged down, getting money, and still running behind this man? And y'all relationship hasn't been the same since then. There's like, to me, if you sit down worrying about, that the stuff, the excuse that he's making for why he's doing this, it just don't make no sense to me, right? The wood man is spending that much time and energy. You doing documentaries, harassing this man, bullying this man, because he may have flirted, like made you feel like he was being a fruity tootie a couple of times. Does that even make sense? You're going to spend years, not like, okay, this man played in my face a little bit and I'm mad. No, you've been doing this for years. Same old, same old online rumors, people who believe Diddy was more powerful than he was, and now they want to sue because they didn't get rich. Right? He went on Good Morning America and said he was uncomfortable with it. Okay, but I'm uncomfortable with a person. Do I spend years just taunting, harassing, and bullying somebody? Like, what is going on? Now, I read some comments about it. I didn't watch it, but I read some comments about it. They said it wasn't nothing new that was really like, I gotcha. It wasn't nothing really new. Like maybe some unseen footage that we didn't see before, but it didn't like somebody wrote that. I think I took a screenshot of it, but somebody wrote like it wasn't nothing that was like super new. Like it was like pretty much like let me tap this to let the person know I got their cash app deck, they cash app, because I don't want people thinking they didn't get the message. But I think I took a screenshot of somebody saying something about okay, I think I took a screenshot of somebody saying they were. So here it is. This is from Instagram. I think, yeah, Instagram. The docuseries succeeds as an entertaining summary, but fails as an expose. It assembles known facts and adds marginal new footage, primarily serving those unfamiliar with the case. Its biggest shortcoming is the lack of new material and damning court testimony or fresh record voices that have provided or that fuel the story that needs to catch fire. So they're basically saying that it wasn't really nothing new. Again, it's entertaining, but it feels as an expose. It assembles known facts and adds marginal new footage. So that's what they're saying. They're basically saying this is what the person said. It's not like they like the stuff that he has in there is not like is like this shocking, jarring, like it's nothing we heard before. You know what I'm saying? It just was the behind the scenes of Diddy's strategy in fighting the case. Yeah. And like who got that close to him to get all that footage? He gotta watch his circle. Who got all that footage? Like there was some pictures, there was some footage, like the stuff that I saw circling on Instagram. I'm like, man, who's that close to him? Some of the victims got to tell their side. Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. I mean, that's a plus. You can walk away saying, you know what, some people really got to have a voice in that situation. So that's a good thing. I think that's positive. It was just behind the scenes of Diddy's strategy fighting the case. Some people got to tell their story. He didn't pay the people who made the video. He didn't pay the people who made the video? 50 paid for the footage. Gotcha. So this is some footage that Diddy had that 50 purchased? That's what y'all trying to say? I mean, that's what I'm saying. How you spend this much time on this man? That's what's crazy. All right. Let's get back to Mendeecees. What's that girl's name? So let me say my commentary about Tony Braxton. So in Funky Dineva's statement, he made a statement like Tony Braxton could never be common. Tony Braxton is married to Birdman. That is as common as you're going to get, Funky. That's why I disagree with you at. Okay? Because anytime Tony Braxton married Birdman, he's a complete weirdo. Remember he's from New Orleans and people know him. My sister know him. Complete weirdo, have weird energy. She done met the most common and married the most common person in her life. So Tony Braxton knows all about Common. I just wanted to just put that out there because that's why I put on the thumbnail when he said that part. Tony Braxton would never. I'm like, Tony Braxton married the most ignorant, most violent person she could find. He'd be ready to curse somebody out and threaten them in a moment's notice. So yes, Tony, she know about Common. She married the most common man she could find in her entire life. In our entire life. We wouldn't even date him. Right? We wouldn't want the man in our house. We wouldn't deal with the man. He is explosive. He talk crazy, he talk ignorant. He talks so like he's slow. At the end of the day, yes, Tony Braxton knows about being common. So that's all I want to say about Tony Braxton on this video. Because when Funky didn't even say Tony Braxton would never. I said, chill, bye. I love Tony Braxton, so I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to sing another love song, baby. I don't want to hum another melody. What's your favorite Tony Braxton song? Remember when Tony got into it with Birdman on the show? Laugh Out Loud, I miss Tracy. Oh, remember when Tracy got into it with Birdman on the show? Yeah, I remember that. All right, y'all. So for now, I do believe that there's a connection with Tamar and Mendeecees. And I do feel like they kind of like each other. And I do feel like what he doing to his wife, he'll do to her. I don't feel like Tamar and this man have any type of real future together. Right? Temporary energy. I do feel like, what's her name? Yandy doesn't really have a firm grip on that is happening, but it does show it could come to light. Yandy and Mendeecees got divorced in their messages. I wish y'all the best, but you do. Funky, I don't feel like that case is going nowhere. So yes, take the cease and desist down, girl, and go about your business. Because baby, you're not winning no case because somebody said they saw you kissing this man. And when he mentioned the part about going upstairs and he didn't know if he was getting it or not, that was just him speculating. He didn't say that was facts. Right? Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Right? I think that's pretty much it. And that's all, folks. Like, oh, Naja, see, why would Tamar be doing all of this in front of Funky? That's a good question. Why would you, like, Funky Dineva is a commentator. Like, why would she be even doing all this in front of Funky Dineva? She was comfortable with him. Like, you gotta remember, before they fell out, they have the Ten of Pentacles together. That means I thought we was good. I thought we was friends. I thought you was cool. You like family, right? Ten of Pentacles, right? I was comfortable in that. I was comfortable with it. My question is why she didn't pick up that he was feeling conflicted about it. Because if you know your friends and you're reading your friend's energy and body language, and he seems to wear his feelings on his sleeves, you could have seen that he was uncomfortable because he is the Five of Wands, right? And also that could mean he felt uncomfortable with you putting him in an uncompromising position. That Five of Wands means I felt uncomfortable. I was struggling in some way and I got annoyed. So if he was your friend, you should have been paying attention to the fact that she was comfortable, but he may have not been comfortable, right? But they got the Ten of Pentacles together, which is an indicator that they looked at each other like, we cool, we in a certain circle, we buddies, we, right? That's like Cardi and what's that guy's name, Jason Lee, right? They kind of consider each other cool. We we got each other back. That's what they had before they fell out, right? The Hangman is here, but this talks about sabotaging each other, treason, sabotage, hidden motives. I do feel like once this all started and like the where she fell and all this stuff, I feel like they was never friends. Like they do have like we good and we cool, but I see right here like let me say this: Tamar will sabotage her sisters, her exes. She always will come on the internet and spin a story around a person a certain way to make herself the victim. The one thing Tamar is good at doing is playing the victim. And then she's kind of like Krishan. She'll go get the Bible and throw out some Bible verses. Then she'll go say, I'm getting off the internet. And then she'll come back talking about renewed energy. Like she's like Krishan, right? Like kind of bipolar a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's like she has a routine that she does. She'll get into a big kerfuffle. Then she'll get online and start defending herself. Then she'll start doing Bible verses. Then she says she's going to leave the internet alone. She's not going to do no more shows. You don't want me around? Here you go. I'm done. And then she'll come back. She just say shit over and over again. It's a routine. Bullshitting. Right? Bullshitting, gaslighting, manipulating, playing the victim. You know? I wonder what's yeah. They're very similar. Like Krishan. Krishan will get into some shit. Then Krishan will go and start back to church and hi Yahweh. Then about 7 business days later. Same. Right? She be saved today and ratchet tomorrow. John? and people be thinking that's a fake thing and it's a phony thing, but that's probably what the way they roll. They roll in that. That's their go-to thing, to go to the Bible, to use the Bible as a shield, to do ratchetness. I can get into it. People curse people out, steal a man, be ignorant. Then I'm going to go, praise God. Thank the Lord. Oh, my soul. That's what they do. When I used to be in church, I'm Methodist by denomination. And I used to be in church. That was some of the most hypocritical people I ever met. They'd be at church flirting with the pastor, talking behind each other's back, right? And then when church start, they catching the Holy Ghost on the ground. How the Holy Ghost got in your messy ass? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So the Holy Ghost just jumped in you and made you jump around church and start dancing. You know what I'm saying? It don't even make no sense. You was just talking about Sister Jenkins over there 5 minutes ago. You went from being messy, talking about Sister Jenkins, now you catching the Holy Ghost with your wig falling off your head. These people play too much. I'm trying to tell you. They play absolutely too much. Okay? I used to see that in church all the time. I used to be just getting, I couldn't, like, sometimes I used to be just like, it felt like I was watching a reality show. Sometimes when I used to be seeing people doing that, I used to be cracking up. I'm telling you right now, cracking up laughing. All right, y'all. Any other questions before we go? Don't forget, I have the holiday special that's on the website. Thank you to all the folks that are booking. Y'all asked for two price points, the $45 one and the $65 one. They're both there. We're going to do a grand prize at the end for the people that paid the 45 and the 65. So from each group, one person from each group will be picked, which will make it two people that will win a 1 hour reading. All right? So don't forget to book your appointment with me. This is a holiday gift. A holiday gift, y'all. BlueNolaTarot.com. It's a holiday gift. I was always doing the holiday gifts. I got away from it this year. I think I got away from it. I got away from doing it, but it's good to give that back to you guys. All right. Anything else before we go? Who we want to do tomorrow? Put it in the chat. Who y'all want to do tomorrow? Let's see how many likes. I got 72 likes. Let me get out of here. Can I get more likes? I think I got like almost 150 people in the chat. Can I get more likes? Tell me who y'all want to do tomorrow. We're going to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love y'all. Okay, so who y'all want to do tomorrow? Y'all don't have any idea? Let's talk a little bit about Candy. So I was reading Candy's statement and I saw how she was talking about, how she was, people, she was showing some pictures, a collage of pictures about how she was just carrying a brave face and you got to check on your strong friends. I think that is so true and how she been going through it. But even if you go back to the reading that we did on them when this first broke out, I talked about how like people be like acting like they're okay and they're not. And that's true. A lot of people do that. And I pray for her family, her children. I pray that whole thing, can work it out amicably. But look at Ty. He's already challenging the prenup that he signed. He wants custody of the kids. I mean, it's turning into a bad situation. I never watched the show where I was watching like when they got married and when she did the prenup. If I would have watched that show, I would have been like, do not marry this man. He was trying to gaslight her to make her think like the lawyer was doing all of this. But your lawyer works for you, right? So when I saw that whole section about how the prenup was coming about, you could tell in that moment that he was up to no good. Why would you marry this man seeing that he was manipulating in that moment? That's what I don't understand about Candy. You could see clear as day that this man was more interested in trying to see what he can get in that situation. And your mama was right to have that attitude. Your aunties were right to have that attitude. I don't understand. I just saw a clip of it the other day and I was like confused. Like, Candy, you married him seeing what he was doing? Then he tried to use his lawyer to say his lawyer was the one doing all the talking. Your lawyer works for you. If you tell your lawyer, I don't care about no prenup. I just want to marry her. Let me take what if we get divorced, she keep what she got. I'm gonna take what I have. And if we build something inside the marriage, we'll just split it. That's not what he was doing. He was trying to pretend like he wasn't doing it, but he was really having a problem with that prenup. He was really having a problem. If you weren't concerned about Candy's money, you should have just signed a prenup. And you shouldn't have been doing all that back and forth. It should have been like, babe, I'm not with you for that. Well, you need me to sign that. But that's not what he was doing. You could see he was up to something. So somebody said they want a Queen V. She said she wants to see Ray J and Brandy against Beyonce. Ooh, that might be good. We can incorporate that. Blue Nola, I think Mendeecees is slightly delayed. He might have been in a class or two that required additional assistance in time. Because I'm gonna be honest, he looked like that to me too. That's why I said I don't like him. Like nothing wrong if somebody got some challenges and stuff, but it's just he always seemed like he just looking like it's taking him a minute to catch up with what's being said and done. Let's see. Yes. Why did he wait to go be bitter at the end of and sign it? It was so suspicious. I'm telling you, like she shouldn't have never married this man. When I watched that the other day on, I think it was on Hollywood Unlocked or the Shade Room or one of them, I'm like, girl, this man would literally be in a snake. Todd and Candy. We did Todd and Candy, but we can do a full reading on Todd and Candy and let it be just about them. She couldn't have seen Todd because Phaedra and Apollo were bright red flags. Yep. Did his ex girlfriend warn Candy about at the beginning? Didn't his ex girlfriend warn Candy at the beginning of the relationship, saying that he was talking shit about her? People don't listen. They think she jealous. She mad because he marrying me. We have to sometime take what they people say with a grain of salt, but also remember where there's smoke, there's fire. Right? I saw some man on Instagram. I don't even know this man from Hole in the Wall, but he was saying that Todd actually have a place with another woman. Remember, I said in the reading that the first reading I did for Todd and Candy when this all broke out, this whole divorce thing. I said even though they've been having an open relationship, he's been up to no good with other people. I said that, and it just came out. I would have been suspicious about Todd being too being that Phaedra introduced them. Yeah, but I mean, it's like my sister told me about a situation where she introduced this guy to a friend of hers. She couldn't have known that he was going to turn around and be an ass. Like sometimes people, the way they treat us is going to be different than the way they treat somebody else. I mean, that's just like when people be trying to hold people accountable. Well, Oprah Winfrey chef did this. Like what Oprah Winfrey chef? Oprah Winfrey ain't got nothing to do with that person. I would. Did we do Sean and yeah? We haven't done them yet. Y'all want to do that? Sean and Janae Aiko. I think that would be good. She assumed that Ty had to be a good person because he didn't have money. It was weird. Wow. My mom hates Ty with a passion. Ooh. I never really trusted him. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I would see him, always felt like he was being sneaky. That's just me. He always seemed like he was being sneaky, but now she learned the hard way. She may even find out that he really didn't love her the way she thought he did. You know, she could have found out. Like because when you look, when I like just think about like this, you it's hurtful to find out the person wasn't who they say they were, and the person didn't feel with the way they said they felt about you. They really didn't feel that way for you, and look how he's trying to trying to weaponize the fact that she's a working woman. He's trying to weaponize against her to get the children. Well, she never home. She be gone. But you living off her money. You in her beautiful house, right? She's afforded you that lifestyle. But now you want to weaponize it and say she's never at home, so therefore I deserve custody of the kids. I don't believe they're going to give him full custody of the kids. I don't believe it. I feel it in my spirit. Like she may have to modify her schedule to show that she can manage the schedule with the kids and that she's not just with the nannies, not with just the mama or the aunties. So she may have to make some adjustments, but I don't believe the court going to give him no full custody just because he feel he deserved to have it. Go sit down. You say you've been begging for a relationship read on him. All right. Yeah, but Phaedra seems like she has a personal vendetta against Candy. Remember, Phaedra was the one who was spreading that rumor on Candy, and that was one of the reasons why Phaedra was off the show. So I could see how all of that could work, right? Because you made some statements about me. You said that I was holding somebody in the basement. Then Candy was instrumental in her not coming back to the show. It wasn't until Candy left the show that she came back to the show. So I can see where Phaedra would hold a vendetta. I can see that. I remember one Housewives Tide still had a bachelor pad in New York. What you need a bachelor pad for? I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of men have other houses. I used to date this guy. He was his brother was a police officer in Lafayette, Louisiana. I remember going to visit his brother. His brother was living in his house. His brother was living with his girlfriend in a house, and me and the guy that I was dating at the time, we stayed in his apartment that the girlfriend didn't even know about. I was like, oh my God, people really do this. Even police officers, firemen, and other people, right? Literally, he was living in the house with this girl and had an apartment that she didn't know anything about. And me and the guy I was dating, we stayed at that apartment. So people do it. But was there a sex dungeon? I'm sure they had a little something to them. Why do us black people always have to get a Build-A-Bear men relationship? They be looking at us, used to use us for a come up, use our money. Men that, I agree, you have to be careful thinking, I always hear these phrases like, we always want to see the potential in people. Sometimes dealing with people that have the potential is going to be a problem. Because then look what Todd is doing. Uh, Basically, they're not carrying the weight. We're trying to build them up, and now what they want half of what you have. He wants half of what she have. You can get half of what we built together, but you can't have half everything I've done. Go sit down. But yeah, they got a lot of men out here with other places, so you got to be careful. When I get my money, I'm about to get what? On the audacious man? What does that mean? What you talking about? I'm gonna get a side house too. All right, y'all. Take care. Stay blessed. Encourage and empower. I'm out of here. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care on this video. She can try to give me a cease and desist. I'll pull this bitch down and I still stand on what I say. And I'll mention in every video thereafter. Girl, you have something going on with this man, Mendeecees. You have some connection with him. Right? Leave that lady husband alone. Okay? You are, but Tamar don't have no pride. No, she don't have no pride. So, so I can see her doing all of this, getting exposed, and then getting the Bible, getting missing for a little bit, and then coming back talking about she changed. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. Talk to you soon. Talk to you next week. I thought you were doing a video upload. Now, y'all confusing me. I thought you said when you booked your notes, in your notes, I thought you said video. So are you doing a phone call reading or video? Because you told me, I thought you said video, Monday. Now, you can get your reading two ways. I can call you by phone or you can get a video. It's going to be in this setting right here. Scotty and Lemmy. Yeah, I want to do that. Let's do Jenny, Echo, and Big Sean. Scotty and Lemmy. We can add Candy and Ty back to it. Let's do that tomorrow. You said if I can be alone. Let me know. All right, y'all. Take care. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. We'll talk. All right, perfect. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all.